1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags. Hopefully I've got everything. Today is quite a special day. I'm in Cardiff for a reason. I don't know if it's because I'm a cyclist, but I hate traffic jams. They are the worst things ever. Maybe it's because when I'm on a bike I can just go straight through them. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, where's all the cycling content? Bear with me, because I'm going to talk about something quite big. Just in case you've forgotten, you matter, you are loved, you are worthy, you are magical. Right, enough of the soppy stuff. Let's get straight into what I wanted to talk about. Here are some pictures. Here are some pictures. What do you think? I've been getting, like, on occasion a question regarding how is my fitness, or what's my fitness going to be like in longer races. So it's all very well and good me doing Zwift races and doing turbo sessions that are like, you know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours long, but how is my fitness, like, what my fitness going to be like in the bigger races that I'll do? And I thought about this, and I was like, so we're talking about endurance. The key thing is, like, I'm 24. Endurance isn't a problem. That's the number one thing. The second thing is, the problem is doing the effort at the end of a race. So obviously a race might be 4 hours long, you do 3 hours of really hard racing, and then the elastic snaps, and it's like a natural selection in that last hour, and the race is won in that last kind of hour where, you know, groups start to form and, like, you end up in that front group and then you've got a chance of winning the bike race. So for me, you know, I'm really surprised where I am at the minute just by riding on Zwift, just by training indoors. I'm really surprised. Another thing to note is that I haven't always been indoors. I've been doing rides outdoors. So I've been doing like 2-hour rides in the morning, and then I've been doing like a Zwift race in the evening. So in total it'd be like a 3-hour day. I've also been doing, which, bearing in mind, double days, so 2 sessions in a day, has been known to increase your endurance. There's a lot of science behind that. The other thing I've been doing is I've been taking the fixed gear bike out, and I've been doing group rides on a weekend, maybe once a week, sometimes twice a week, over 3 or 4 hours, with kind of, you know, climbs that are forcing me to obviously get outside my comfort zone and do natural effort on the terrain. So I've been doing bits like in that respect as well. Of course, like, the real test will be actually doing the races. So we won't really know. So I can sit here and say, yes, I'll be fine, or no, I'm going to get dropped. But we won't really know until I do the races. At the end of the day, though, like, I've been racing kind of at the top level in the UK for like the last 6 years, and unless you've had like a prolonged bout of, like, you know, not being able to exercise or not being able to train, you know, for over a year or 2 years, endurance will always be there. But this is why it's like a sticky question, and I've kind of long long put off like trying to explain it, because it's very difficult to explain. The only way you can do it is to show it. In terms of like being able to perform, there's a simple metric really. If you can perform efforts after 4 hours of racing, you're in pretty decent shape. Like if you can do 20 minutes, a 20-minute effort of 5.5 to 6 watts per kilo after 4 hours of racing, you're in pretty decent shape. What I've been doing, I've definitely not been doing as much training as I was this time last year, because of, you know, being strapped to just a turbo. But I've made the best of it. So I've done a fair few turbo sessions, maybe 2 a week, where I've kind of hit 200 TSS. I've averaged around about 700 to 750 TSS a week, which has been really consistent. So I've not done any more than kind of 15 hours a week. And actually, to keep it relevant, this week I'm backing off, because I know that if I get the bike this weekend, next week I can look to start building, obviously, more outdoor rides. I can build longer rides in, and we can start actually doing a proper training plan. We can actually start training properly, and I'm excited because, like, I won't be racing for the team until the end of March or beginning of April. I'll be racing kind of on my own in races around the UK, but we've still got 4 or 5 weeks until I'm needed to be in good shape. The best thing about it is I'm in pretty good shape as it is, relatively, without being able to actually train at my full capacity, which is really exciting. And going into this weekend, we've got the British Zwift British Champs qualifier on Sunday. If everything goes well, like I've got everything with me, I'm going to try and live stream it. I'm going to actually try and race it. Like, let's just sort that thing out first. I'm going to actually try and race, because it does clash with our team launch, which is kind of like, I kind of wish that it didn't clash, because obviously a lot of people will be doing it at home and they'll do it in a comfortable environment. So I don't even know if the Wi-Fi is going to be good enough. I don't know if I'm going to have a fan. I don't know if I'm going to have like an open window next to me. Like, I don't know if people are going to be watching like in real life, as well as if I get the live stream it. So I don't know all these things. So this weekend is going to be like really interesting as far as that goes. So bringing the camera along this weekend, because it's worth documenting what's going to happen. And if I do end up placing in the top 10, which today, like I did a mock race. I did the Japan Zwift race, whatever it was, on a 60k course. That's the exact same course as what we'll have on Sunday. And I found myself kind of doing lots of over and under efforts. It was a really good training session, but in terms of learning the route, I got a lot out of it, and I did some really good efforts, and I set some new personal bests for this year. The last week and a half, I've been setting new personal bests, like pretty much all the time. So I set a new 1 minute personal best, and I set a new 15-second personal best. And I also set a new max power for this year as well, which was 850. Now, I know that's not massive, but it was on my time trial bike on the turbo. So, take it with a pinch of salt. So this weekend is going to be really interesting if I do race, because I'm going to see more PBs again, inevitably. So yeah, that's it, because I think we're going out for food. So I'm looking forward to that.